It's not good.
Not good.
Not good at all. Yeah.
No. So would you say you're against animal abuse?
Of course.
Yeah. So we're trying to raise awareness because most people say that they're against animal cruelty and against animal abuse, like yourself, but they don't realise that they're actually paying for it because these industries, they don't show you this. They don't show you the reality of what happens, you know, like the animals in the slaughterhouse.
Right. When they're being slaughtered and
Yeah, exactly. Because there's always suffering. The animals are always scared.
Of course.
You know, they're being killed. What do you think would stop you from aligning your actions with your morals and going vegan where nobody will be suffering because of you?
Well, I think it's complicated, really, because when you think about it, well, you could stop animal abuse, but at the same time, what would I eat?
Yeah, plant-based. Do you know, like, but what do you eat now? Do you eat like burgers, pasta? Yeah, so everything that you eat, you can get a vegan version of.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so you can get like a vegan burger, or you can get vegan hot dogs or pasta. It's just like an alternative kind of protein. Get vegan yogurts, you can get vegan chocolate.
Oh, okay.
Vegan ice cream, you know.
Well, I've never really thought about it.
We don't do it because I was the same, you know, for 28 years. I just didn't even question it, and I was raised eating animals, and you know, I just continued to do that and didn't really think about it. But then when I did, I realized I was causing horrific suffering, and you know, I always said I was an animal lover, but then I was paying for them to endure this, you know, horrific torture and abuse and being killed, you know.
I get it.
Yeah. What do you think would stop you from going vegan? Because obviously it sounds like you're vegan in your heart, but then obviously...
I was born that way. I'm from Africa, so it's part of tradition. Mm-hmm. But then if you get to think in line of what you're saying, I guess it actually makes sense.
Yeah. Because there are plenty of traditions that used to happen and we stopped doing them because we realized that they were cruel. You know, if you were an animal and if you're on a farm or in a slaughterhouse and you were destined to be killed and have your life taken, how urgently would you want somebody like yourself to stop paying for it?
Stop. Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Do you think that that's a change you will make?
Yeah, I'd love to.
Yeah.
I think it will also help me go healthier.
Yeah, it can be healthier. It can be unhealthy as well, don't get me wrong, it depends what you eat. You can have all the vegetables and the fruits and, you know, rice, pasta, beans. Keep away from the processed foods, but then you can also be unhealthy and to eat Doritos and drink Coke and eat popcorn and, you know, all the foods that are bad for you. So, yeah, you can certainly be healthier as a vegan. But yeah, ultimately it's for the animals. On this little QR code here, there's a link to some documentaries that you can watch and educate yourself on what happens to the animals. And there's also something called Challenge 22.
Oh, all right. That's
all
right.
No,
okay, thanks,
but that's all right. Thanks for stopping. Good to speak to you. Do you know what it is we're showing?
Yeah, how to kill an animal, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't eat meat.
Do you not?
No.
Do you eat dairy or eggs?
No.
No. Are you vegan?
I only have to eat, I wouldn't say vegan, but I have to eat certain fish.
You're pescatarian?
Yeah, but I do both.
Why do you have to eat fishes?
Only oily fish, because I don't have enough oils in my body.
You could take like a, you know, like, is it omega-3? You have
Yeah, but I just said that I've got very dry bones, so like, my skin is always keep peeling and.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why. That's the only reason why I've not had been.
Have you spoken to a plant-based nutritionist or a dietitian? Because
I'm supposed to go to one now, but to a place that I'm meeting, when I realise it's 8.6 miles to get there, it cost me £25 to get there and back.
Yeah. Because obviously it seems like given the choice, you would not like to pay for any cruelty, including to the fish as well. But, you know, everything that our body needs, we can get from a plant-based diet.
That's very
so
true. It's just not, I find here in England, it's not enough information. I live in Leicester.
Yeah.
All the health shops always closed down since 2000. the silly pandemic. It's hard to get the things that you really need. When I was in New York, it was easy. When I'm back here in Leicester, it's like...
Give the Vegan Society a call because they have a dietitian and you can get free advice. You can just call them up and say, look, I've got this condition or whatever. They'll advise you how you can get that on a plant-based diet without any animals suffering, without anyone being abused.
Yeah.
And then you'll be able to live by your morals, you know?
Yeah.
You won't have to be any part of this.
Yeah. No, I don't... I can't stand it.
No.
But
But the fishes, they suffer just the same, you know?
I know because of the poison and what they put in us.
Yeah.
I know because a guy was telling me this years ago when I was in South Africa to be a vegan and everything else. But after my operation, I got really sick.
Obviously, your health is important.
Yeah.
You just need to work out how you can get what your body needs as a vegan, you know?
Yeah, even my feet are safe. Some of my feet peeling.
Yeah.
So I do suffer in that sense. The doctor in New York, I went to literally the doctor said you might have a little bit of oily fish.
Yeah.
Keep the oils in because you lose too much of it.
Yeah, I think like with doctors, they'll recommend something that's, easy solution, Doctors get very little training in nutrition.
5%.
Yeah, there's plant-based nutritionists and dietitians like Dr. Michael Greger. The Vegan Society, you can get advice, have a look online, and they'll be able to advise you how you can live healthy on a plant-based diet, even with, certain conditions.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right, no worries.
I know 90% of the people, 99% of this population is ignorant. And then I know that the shit they put in it, they give them to eat. Antibiotics and all kind of...
Yeah, it's bad, right?
Yeah, I do know. But nice
Yeah, you too. There's a man who just walked past who had "Fight Racism" on his shirt. If you're against racism, you should also be against any kind of oppression because it all stems from the same belief that some lives are more important than others and there's no morally relevant difference between the victims.
You're doing a good job of spreading more awareness. But personally myself, I just buy from a butcher that's local.
Even from local farms, they get sent to the same slaughterhouses.
As a human, I think I don't agree with this, conventional farming, but I do think the meat is a staple part of a human diet still. So I wouldn't completely cut it out of my diet.
Yeah, it's not necessary though.
Individual, but kudos to those that do.
Yeah, because every nutrient that our body needs, we can get from plants. So if we can survive and be healthy eating a plant-based diet, then why would we subject animals to this? Even if we give them a good life, it's still cruel because you're sending them to a slaughterhouse and you're taking that from them. They value their life more, What do you think?
I mean, the way that the world's going now, with money and making profit even from suffering, it's not right. I understand, say, if millions of years ago when we were hunting for food, it'd be reasonable. I think I'd understand. If we're in the forest, we're trying to survive.
Yeah, for survival. Yeah.
I do believe there's good farmers out there that don't take part in this, but...
Plant farmers.
Yeah. Well...
Those are the good ones, not the ones that exploit animals. I've been to these slaughterhouses where the animals are getting taken and I've looked in their eyes, they're always wide with fear. They're always terrified, even if they've came from a farm that's, local or you say they've had a good life, they don't want to be killed. And if it was you in their position, you wouldn't want to be either.
No, I don't think I would.
No. So why would you pay for somebody else to experience that?
Well, I'm not too sure.
You've never thought before, right?
No, not really.
I didn't either, because I ate animals for 28 years and I didn't question it, I just did it because I always had. I didn't ask myself these questions, but then I did. And I realised that I was a hypocrite because I was paying for something that I said I was against. I said that I was an animal lover and I was paying for animals to experience the most horrific torture.
I think there should be a more humane way of putting them down, probably.
How could you humanely kill somebody who doesn't need to or want to die? What would be a humane way to kill you, for example?
I don't really know.
No? Do you think there is a humane way to kill somebody who doesn't need to or want to die?
I mean, aren't they grown specifically for the meat industry?
Yeah, they're bred into existence, yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. So, I'm not too sure.
Yeah.
I don't really own a farm or anything, and so I don't really know how to answer that. I just think, like you say, more people like yourself should
Awareness.
spread awareness
Yeah,
about it, and
yeah.
more people come, like organisations should crack down on inhumane animal farming. But
Yeah, it's
I don't
all
think-
inhumane.
Yeah.
There is no humane method. The minute that you
When a
start,
hunter goes out in the woods and kills a deer,
yeah,
you say that's inhumane?
yeah, if it's unnecessary, if you can just eat a plant. Let me ask you, right, if you had like a vegan dish in front of you, and then you had a pig, and you've got a knife, would you eat the vegan dish and let the pig live, or would you kill the pig and eat the pig?
I'd probably go for the salad.
Yeah, the vegan dish. It doesn't have to be salads, because you have that decision every day in your life,
I mean,
right?
like you say, there's other alternatives such as tofu. And
Yeah,
stuff like that.
yeah. Whatever you want to eat. I think like people think that vegans like eat really boring foods, but honestly, like whatever.
No,
you-
my friend, like I said, he eats ITEL diet. He's
Yeah.
vegan, his wife's vegan, and he showed me some of the foods quite colourful and nice. And he eats a lot of like, what is it, falafel and stuff like
Falafel,
that?
yeah.
Do you have a leaflet or something?
I do have a card here.
Well, I think you've been insightful today, and
Thank you very much.
appreciate the information you've
Yeah,
given
no
us.
worries.
I think you're doing a good
Thank you.
job spreading the message.
Yeah.
And I'll keep in mind what you told us today.
Yeah, good to speak to you both. All right, take care. Bye. Right, I'm not sure if birds pooed on my head.
I'll go for free, like the free range eggs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I like animals. I'm an animal person.
Yeah.
Basically,
See,
fruit to animals.
we show free range, we show organic.
See, they're not,
we show
they're not show this
grass-fed.
side of things, you know. It's
No,
really
yeah,
good that you
exactly.
are showing this.
They want your money, so they show you like adverts with animals on fields eating the grass, and they show you the nice,
But
you
the
know,
reality is
fairy
very
tale.
different, isn't it?
Exactly. Regardless of whether you get free range or organic or humane or anything, any of those labels, they're always going to be killed, and they're doing it for profit. They're always going to be exploited. These are male chicks. Males in the egg industry, they're considered useless because they don't lay eggs, and they're a different breed to the chickens that people eat. So it's not profitable to raise them. So they're considered as a waste product. So they'll either...
That's how they do it.
I'm gonna stop
Yeah.
eating eggs and that. Wow, seeing this is like put me off. Like,
These industries, they rely on tricking good people like yourself who are against animal cruelty,
yeah.
and they make you think that you're buying something that's humane.
But the
you know?
reality is, it's just different. It's just still the same thing. What's the difference between vegan and vegetarian?
So vegetarian is a diet. So vegetarians, they just don't eat any animals. They'll still eat like eggs and milk from a cow. Whereas veganism is a philosophy, so it's a stance against animal cruelty and exploitation.
Yeah.
It extends beyond what we eat.
That's been a really good big eye opener, you know. Them images are stuck in my head. So they should be like, I think it needs to be more, advertised and shown.
The more we know, the better informed choices that we can make. Because the conditions that they're kept in, when the pigs are factory farmed, they're so unnatural and inhumane that they'll try and bite each other and cannibalise each other. So they clip out their teeth and cut off their tails to try and minimise any kind of like damage they do to each other. Because pigs are so intelligent, they need mental stimulation. So when they're trapped in these farms like this, they like go crazy, they go insane. There's a new documentary that I would recommend. It's called Pignorance. It exposes the whole pork bacon industry. After 6 months, the pigs are killed, and in the UK, the most common way to kill a pig is in a gas chamber.
Wow.
So the guy that did the documentary, do you know Joey Carbstrong?
I heard of the name.
So he actually went into one of these slaughterhouses in a gas chamber, put a camera in there. So we got footage from the UK of pigs basically suffocating to death.
So upsetting.
Yeah.
But it's the reality, you know, like we need to see these and we need to be aware of what we're actually going and buying. If you do it to animals, why do you do it to humans? Why? Because we think that we're in charge of everything, like to take the babies away from the cow and stuff, you know. Like, that's like taking a child away from the mother. Thank you very much for the talk, and really have educated myself. Look after yourself.
Great to speak to you.
Thank you. Keep
All right.
doing what you're doing.
Thank you.
Don't
All
stop.
right, take care.